Have you ever lost your mind? Have you ever lost your mind?
To the Red Devil Talk match reaction. Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. KG game with a lot of heart-stopping moments, and we managed to get the job done. But yet again, first half was the team played well. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the football has improved somewhat, even with one training session. But there's still a lot to do. In the second half, we bombed out. Obviously the players aren't used to the new manager's tactics and then used to the intensity at all. So they were always bound to be fatigued in the second half. So I think the only thing that had me worried was the lack of substitutions. You could see that our midfield was done. It was done, Oche. By the 50th minute in the second half, our midfield was completely done. There were no legs there. And it's the same problem I felt we had in the previous game on Thursday. Our midfield was also looking tired. There was no legs. And I don't know, man, like that really worries me, because if you can't see that your midfield is being overrun or your midfield is just tired, people are tired overall, then it really doesn't bode well going forward. I'm a little concerned with the lack of subs, but the overall play was actually better. You could see that the new manager is trying to instill a style of play, a pressing style of play, as well as an attacking style of play. And we look better than we did usually. So Fred came up with the masterclass. I thought it was going to be 0-0, to be honest, because I could see that we're lacking ideas in the final third. The players were tired. Obviously, we played on Thursday. So this is why I was very, very puzzled by the lack of substitutions, because players were fatigued. Players were dead in the 50th minute. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the managers now need to be on some, there needs to be logic behind this. There needs to be someone saying, you know what, players are tired. We have to make substitutions. The subs as well were a little bit cagey. I didn't understand the sub of taking Sancho off, for Greenwood. I didn't understand that. I'm sorry. Like, for me, Sancho was contributing a lot going forward. He was very, very dangerous. This is why Crystal Palace couldn't, attack as much as they would have liked to attack. After Sancho left the pitch, have you realized that Crystal Palace started attacking us more? Because that last threat that we had up front was gone. When you take away a forward player who's threatening in going forward, and you invite in pressure when you bring on someone who won't match that forward that you took off, then you invite in pressure. This is why Crystal Palace were attacking us towards the end of the game. They were getting more balls, into our area, as opposed to when Sancho was there. So I didn't understand that subs. Rashford was the one who should have been subbed, honestly. And I feel like this is where we dropped the ball, sort of. But I feel like there's still time to sort out those problems. This is what I think. There's still time to sort out those problems. I'm obviously I have my doubts. I'm a very hard man to please when it comes to, these sort of things, because when I analyze and sit and watch this game, there's a lot of things that I see that need to be improved. And yes, this guy's only been here for like a month, but I'm expecting it to only get better. It shouldn't be getting worse. You understand? The play was good. I can't lie. The overall football was good. Certain players played well. Certain players played badly. Rashford should not be starting games. I'm sorry. He should be coming on as a sub. I feel like he's still out of form. You cannot play players into form. That's what I'm against. You cannot be trying to play players into form. And this whole McFred thing, it actually looked better. It actually looked better under this manager, but I would still be against it in the long run, because I still felt we saw shades of Man United under Solskjaer with McFred and with both Fred and McTominay. So that needs to be rectified. The midfield balance needs to be like you need to get it right. The players were starved in the second half. They were starved of opportunities. We didn't look dangerous going forward because the midfield was dead. We needed legs, and we're still making subs. We're still making forward subs instead of making midfield subs. Someone who's gonna create chances for the strikers now. Unlike in the first half where we were constantly trying to create chances, it looked better in the first half. So I think that's what the coaching team needs to work on. You know, you need to start learning how to make important substitutions at the right time. Crystal Palace could have equalized. They had a chance, and it could have all been sour now. You understand? That's the fine margins I'm talking about, because you do this in any other game. Any other game, we don't get away with what we got away with today. It is what it is. But man, fair play. We got the 3 points that we needed, man. And the manager maybe was just trying to be cautious, was trying to make sure that we don't concede goals. Listening to his press conference, it's clearly that he didn't want to like concede goals. So he looked for the team to be very tight at the back, and we made sure that Crystal Palace don't create too many chances. And this is how you defend. You defend from the forward lines all the way in through the midfield. Never let your midfield get overrun. The minute our midfield gets overrun, that's when defenders are at the opposition's strike force mercy. You understand? So yeah, man, fair play. Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 0. Pastor Fred came in with individual brilliance. And to be fair enough, Fred has been good. I can't hate on Fred. Whether I like McFred or not, Fred has been good. So I will congratulate a player if they're playing well. I just feel like we also added our attacking impetus with Delo and Alex Telles. I think both of them being the natural wing backs that we've needed. I feel like Wan-Bissaka is in trouble now, because Delo has been exceptionally good in these past 2 games. He's been solid. His defending has improved as well, and his attacking impetus is just as great. You understand? Wan-Bissaka doesn't look comfortable on the ball, so Delo might be, he might be who Ralph might be going with, going forward. Alex Telles is also good at crossing the ball. His attacking ability is non-questionable. I feel like he knows what he needs to do when he goes forward. And sometimes with Luke Shaw, I don't think, I see him being hesitant with a lot of things. And I think Alex Telles is more mobile than Luke Shaw. So it's going to be tough. Technically, Alex Telles is better than Luke Shaw on the ball. That, if I want to be honest, he's good in terms of shooting. His shooting ability is amazing. His set piece, he's also a set piece specialist. So that's also might work with that will work for him, against this battle with Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw has got a lot to do, man, to get back into this team. Cristiano Ronaldo, I feel like he worked his socks off. Like, I felt like he did things that he shouldn't have done. Like, some things that he was doing today were a little bit too unnecessary, because when I saw him by the time when we were creating chances, when he was forward, he was already tired. You need your focal point in your team to be fresh when chances come in. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be running into midfield and trying to be a playmaker and trying to do this. That's not his job. This is where people get it misconstrued. His job is just to defend from the forward, like from the forward ranks. You understand? He doesn't have to be running to midfield or to defense, trying to help defenders defend during the game, because there's nobody forward. When we are playing balls forward, there's hardly anyone in the box, because our forwards are doing midfielders' jobs, and midfielders are basically doing the defender's job. You understand? And you can't work like that. This is why there was nobody forward. So we need to improve on that aspect of our game. But all in all, man, it was fair play. 3 points. We're coming back. Rangnick is on the wheel. He's at the wheel, rather I should say. But yeah, man, that was my match preview, guys. Manchester United, obviously, I think we climbed to fifth now on the log, and looking forward to the next game. Yeah, new manager, new bounce, 3 points, 2-2, 2 games we won at Old Trafford. And I feel like slowly the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer terrible start to the season is slowly being, eradicated from our memory. You know what I'm saying? Eradicated from existence. So yeah, man. Big ups to you guys. Yeah, I'll catch you guys during the week.
Girl, have you ever lost your mind?